When you play the Game of Thrones, you
Subscribe and like.
or you die. There is no middle ground.
Alright, hello YouTube, welcome back to the Grease Comics YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to be covering, is Young Griff actually a Targaryen, or is he a Blackfire, or is he something else? You guys seem to love Young Griff. Most of the videos I do on Young Griff do really well. So if you have any other ideas you guys want me to do on this kind of topic, let me know. And before we get into the video, if you guys like to like, subscribe, and comment, please do it up, share, and encourage your people that might like this content as well. Also in this video, since this is going to be the first video that is coming out with this being a part of the channel, if you guys did want to become a member of the channel, that is going to give you access to some of the emojis I've made, as well as badges for live streams, and then also in the YouTube chat as well. And then also will give you access to more content and then earlier times on things. So yeah. But getting into the video, the big question I have with Young Griff and why I do not believe he's a Targaryen, why I think he's a Blackfire, is there's a couple pieces of evidence, right? We have this idea of a mummer's dragon, something Daenerys is kind of told, and it's something we're kind of supposed to look out for in Daenerys's plot. So the big thing is going to be, who could be the mummer's dragon if it's not Young Griff? Now, maybe this could be Oron Waters. He is kind of said to be this kind of Targaryen, like very distant blood type character. Possibly it could be him, but I don't see how that would be such a big reveal to Daenerys' storyline. And to me, if you look at Young Griff, he would directly correlate to Dany's storyline when she comes over to Westeros. So to me, you have to figure out what character could be this fake dragon or fake Targaryen, and it's pretty much wide open that it has to be Young Griff. Now, let's also look at some of the evidence supporting Young Griff being a Blackfire. I've talked about this in a lot of Varys videos, where why does Varys and Illyrio as well almost blindly follow this young kid, Young Griff? Why would they do that, right? Varys, it's apparently made that Varys switched Aegon at a young birth, a young birth right before he was killed, or supposedly killed, during the sack of King's Landing. So why would all of these years later, right? Why would all of this affection be going towards Aegon, but none towards Dany or Viserys, right? They are kind of very much kind of left out to dry. When you look at Young Griff is given Jon Con to look over him. He's given all of these things to help develop him as a person. None of these things which are given to Daenerys. Yes, Daenerys does get to live with Illyrio for a while, but they're always on the run. They really have none of the benefits of Young Griff. So why is all of that attention given to Young Griff? Now, the next point of evidence I want to cite is going to relate to Illyrio, and as well as the Blackfire history as well. So the Blackfires, we are told in the story, the male line, specifically the male line, is gone, right? That was finished in the War of the Nine Penny Kings. That was gone, right? There are no more Blackfires on the male line, but there's nothing that is said about the female line. And I think personally it would make a lot of sense if Illyrio's wife was actually Aegon's mother, and that his wife was actually a Blackfire coming through on the Blackfire line on the female side of it. So what this would end up meaning is that Illyrio would directly be the father of Young Griff and, all of that. And would make sense why he would be going for this cause of Young Griff. Because again, that's his son, more or less. Now, this would also explain why Young Griff would kind of have the Valyrian kind of features, because the Blackfires did as well, and other bastards like we see throughout the story. So it would make a lot of sense for why Young Griff could be a Blackfire in that scenario. Now, if we also dive a little deeper into this, why is the Golden Company specifically going for Young Griff? Now, yes, Young Griff was supposed to lead them and they would marry Daenerys, and then they would kind of be unified. But the whole idea that they were really going to only follow Young Griff, and then later on Daenerys as well, is very interesting. Because Young Griff, in the, canon, for everybody's knowledge, is a Targaryen. But why would the Blackfires follow a Targaryen? Now, I know some people have cited the evidence, and it's been used in the text, that a dragon is a dragon. They will follow whoever. will bring them home, and that, can kind of claim that dragon blood, the Blackfire or Targaryen blood. Now, how I counter that is, well, yes, there was this secret pact, but how come the Golden Company never really looked to Viserys or Daenerys at any point, right? So to me, I think it makes more logical sense that Illyria or Varys, told some of the leaders of the, the Golden Company that, hey, this kid is a Blackfire. That would make a lot more sense for me, and personally why the Golden Company go along so much with Young Griff and Aegon. Now, if we look at it from the next part of it, narratively, does it make sense for Young Griff to be this Blackfire character? Yes, because not only would this Blackfire character in Young Griff make sense on fulfilling kind of the information told to Daenerys and her prophecy, it also makes sense of creating conflict, right? Because here's the thing. If Young Griff is a Targaryen, right? Let's say he's an actual Targaryen and he beats Cersei and Jaime and takes King's Landing, which is kind of what's been being built up to. It would make way less logical sense for there to be any conflict between Daenerys or Aegon. And that's kind of what we're also been building to, that Daenerys, it'd be so anticlimactic if a Daenerys comes over to Westeros and really there's no other, there's no real conflict, right? Her and Aegon just end up marrying. There's not a lot of conflict there. So for me, I think it makes logical sense. And also, we've seen the way the show went with Mad Queen Daenerys. If that is something George wanted to do, who knows? Again, I know that D&D kind of went rogue, but maybe that's something George had also been wanting to do. Maybe they got that from him, even though it's not confirmed. He said nothing about that. It would be a really good way to implement that with how Young Griff will come into this role of people cheering him on, being loved by the people, and being looked at as the rightful heir above Daenerys. So that, to me, is what I think is really interesting about the theory of Aegon. And I think it just makes logical sense narratively to have Young Griff be this Blackfire kind of character. Because it adds a different element going into A Dream of Spring, because Winds of Winter, to me, is going to be about getting everyone into Westeros and preparing kind of for this last kind of part of the book series with the others and the White Walkers, and then also, resolving the Westerosi kind of politics going on in the world. Now, something I kind of have questions about is how quickly the Young Griff and Daenerys plotline will be actually solved. Will it be like Daenerys comes over and she kind of just destroys Young Griff? Will it be a scenario where they put all their differences aside and go after the others, and then after they kind of have their little political issues? We don't know, and I think that's something really interesting to talk about. And I think, what do you guys think? When do you think, timing-wise, because it's going to have to happen in A Dream of Spring, do you think we're going to see the conflict with Aegon and Daenerys kind of be resolved? Will it be before the others, after the others, during the others? What do you guys think is going to happen there? Because as I've talked about a lot in videos, I think the others have to be at least attacking the wall or through the wall by the time of A Dream of Spring coming by. So that is the video. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. I love talking about this character. This is one of my favorite characters going into Winds of Winter. And I will see you guys all in the next video. Also, at the end of this video, I just wanted to say, if you are one of those people that puts comments into these videos, it's very rarely, most of you are very supportive and you actually talk about what this video's on. But if you're one of those people that just comes in the comments and oh, another video on a character on Winds of Winter, which we're never going to get, or something like that, or just being very negative about just Winds of Winter, or I guess the books in general, it's okay to say, I'm not sure the books are going to come out or anything, but basically saying, what's the point of making these videos when the book's not going to come out? Those comments really are just dumb, and they're just kind of, it's very toxic to put those in there when it's I spend a decent amount of time on these videos, and to see comments like that are very aggravating. Again, we move. We just got to go with it. But, yeah, I just wanted to bring that up at the end of this video. Most of you guys are very supportive and very nice, so thank you guys all for that. We have a great community here and all that. So thank you guys for watching, and this is the actual outro. I just wanted to put this in there at the end of the video. And, yeah, thank you guys for watching. Bye, guys.
If you think this has a happy ending, you haven't been paying attention.